Well, I'm here with Francesco, and we are in pretty much the provincial park of Ontario here in downtown Toronto. And what are we doing today, Francesco?
Some street interviews
But what are we actually asking them about?
about the life purpose.
Their life purpose. What are our questions today?
So we have a couple. So
Mhm.
first thing first, we're gonna ask them if they think that everyone has a life purpose,
Hmm.
and like, oh, is it something that we actually create?
Yeah.
But then we're gonna follow up with like, asking them also like some personal questions. So if they know actually their life purpose, and also like a couple more like, what do you think?
I mean, we're gonna ask them, do they think that people struggle to find out what their life purpose is? Do they believe that maybe society, doesn't care as much about life's purpose the way they used to, or is there any kind of stigma regarding it? I mean, we just want to get down to the bottom of whether or not people are chasing their life's purpose or not, pretty much. And that's our entire question. Maybe a couple of people actually share why they think they're on this planet. So that's our goal here. Now we're gonna go and interview a whole bunch of people in the park.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. That's it. Cool. What was your name, man?
My name is Zihan.
Zihan. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael.
Nice to meet you.
First question for you, man. Do you think that do you believe most people have a life's purpose, or is it something that they create for themselves?
I just think it's something that people create for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They just like go out and you just try to find your purpose.
So you don't think people
I'm not
are
really philosophical. I can't really
No, that's okay. And that's the reason I'm asking. I just want to know kind of like your opinion. Okay. Today we're here with
Sarah. So first question for you. Do you think that we are actually born with like a life purpose, or is this something that you can kind of like discover and create?
No, I feel like we're already born with our destiny, and like from birth, you already have like your plan set out for you.
What makes you think that?
I don't know, because sometimes I feel like certain things I do, I don't understand them in the moment, but then later on in life, I think about it and I'm like, oh, that's why that happened. Or
like for example, like have you ever had,
like relationships that maybe I get into that are not good, and then they break up, and then later I'm like, why did it happen? And then I'm like, I'm glad it happened because it's so and so about, like, I found out so and so about the person. Yeah.
Guys, what were your names?
Risan.
Risan?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's Chiwon.
Chiwon? Okay, I'm gonna try to remember that.
Okay.
Risan, Chiwon, do you guys believe people are born with like a life's purpose? It's just like God-given or whatever, universe-given? Or do they create it themselves? What do you think?
I think they created themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I think so too.
They create it themselves. Why do you think people create it and it's not like God-given?
I don't know. I mean, like, for everyone, their life's gonna be different,
True.
like,
True.
and so like they're gonna choose what they want to do. Like everyone's gonna choose different stuff. I don't think they're given to do something. They're gonna be like, I don't.
So it's kind of a choice, you're saying, like you got to navigate life and make some decisions.
You're gonna do the navigation, not.
I see.
Yeah.
Hey man, we are doing some street interviews. Would you mind like having like a second to just answer a few questions? You got it, bro.
Awesome.
Give me 1 sec. Put down
Got your
this.
bag?
Oh, yeah. Okay, what we got here? Some chipotle?
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Girl, yeah.
Oh, you can actually sit down, bro, if it's easier.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Stay comfortable. So we
Sorry,
here.
Someone's calling me.
Okay, no,
My
don't
bad,
worry.
my bad.
No, take 1 sec if
My
you have to
girlfriend.
respond.
My bad.
I'll go for it, bro.
She's just looking for me. Hello? I'm just outside in the park. Okay, sorry about that.
No worries, bro. Okay, guys. So today we are here with
Raphael.
Rafael. My name is Francesco. Nice to meet you. So
Nice to meet you too.
let's get into it, man. Do you think in this life we're actually born with like a life purpose, or is it something that you can kind of go and create?
Oh, I think definitely like everybody has a purpose. Like you just kind of got to find it. You got to go out there, find it yourself, I think like me personally, I try to go through as many experiences as I can.
Okay.
I try to do as many things as I can in order to like find my own purpose, because I definitely haven't found it yet.
Okay, but when you said that, you go ahead and you try things, like what are those things? Is just like go and get like a random job, or is it just like go on a vacation, find new people? Like
I think what you should do is like just do whatever you want to do. If you want to like go out and go on a vacation, do that. If you have the money to do that, or like work towards that, find a job you want to do, anything to just live out your dreams. You know, I think as a person, like, you know how when you're a kid, you have a lot of dreams, a lot of things you want to do, right? I think you shouldn't let those dreams die. You should let them.
Do you think that you did that? Like, you had some like dreams and that you kind of, I don't know, walk away from that?
I definitely think like it takes time to do those things, but sorry, my bad. It does take time to do those things, but it's just very, I don't know. I think it's very fulfilling in order to, like, once you do those things. Like, I don't know, you want to travel to Japan, you want to do interviews on the street, you know, get popular on the internet. I think that's fire, dude.
Yeah, so whatever ideas or like dreams you have, you should just go and try to chase it, like no matter what's the outcome.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I'm rolling. Excuse me. Super quick question for you. We're doing like little street interviews with people, just asking about life's purpose. Nothing crazy, don't worry. Nothing political. Would you be down to do it real quick?
Sure. Is it for social media?
It is for YouTube, not TikTok, nothing like that.
Okay,
It's like
sure.
super chill. You're down?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna drop my backpack. What was your name?
My name is Yiqiao, and yours?
Yiqiao. Nice to meet you. Michael. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
First question for you. Do you believe that people are born with a life's purpose? Or do you think it's something that people actually crave for themselves as they go about life?
I think the purpose in life is something that you kind of discover as you just go on what you're doing. Maybe sometimes you encounter a new experience or a new hobby, and it just opens up your perspective to maybe a new perspective about life, and maybe you find your purpose this way.
So you kind of go about life, you discover it as time goes on, not just like boom, one day you just know it, right? You're not born just like knowing it right away, you discover it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think most people go out there and like they kind of find it. Do you think most people, like just in day-to-day life, you know, in society, do you think they know their life's purpose? Or do you feel like most people walk around maybe not knowing what it is?
I don't even know what my life purpose is, honestly, but if I were to guess, I don't know, it's a good 50-50. I don't know. I'd just be living, but you know.
So do you think like some people think about it and there others it never crosses their mind?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Do you think it's important to know your life's purpose?
Yeah, I guess so, because I guess you want to like try to find out what you're gonna do, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. I see. And so, like, do you think that it's actually important to know, like, in today's age, your life purpose, especially when it comes to like people, they want to have success? Like, do you think that it's like necessary to kind of know your life purpose?
No, I don't think so. I think it should just be natural, and it's already written. There's nothing you can do, and so just try to enjoy your life.
I see. So when it comes to actually fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to that, like, do you think that you can just like have a job and actually be fulfilled, or do you really have to chase your purpose to really get that fulfillment?
No, I think you need to chase your purpose. Going to work and coming home every day is just so mundane. It's just the same thing every day. That's not what life, I think, is about, and most of us do that.
Have you ever experienced that we're like just showing up to work every single day?
Yeah, of course. That's what we all do. We're all stuck in this matrix of like going to work 9 to 5 and, you know, all these expectations of you should have this and you should have that. And so I think it's horrible, and I hate it. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a bad culture.
I see. I want to ask you guys, if you believe most people then they create their own life's purpose, would you, like, if you had to guess, right, no right answer, do you think most people, like, you know, on campus and just in the city, in the world, think about their life's purpose? Do they ask themselves that question, or do you think most people walk around never thinking about it really?
I think everyone, at least in this campus, is gonna think about it.
Really?
Because they chose what to study. They gotta be thinking what they're gonna do after study is done. You know, like, I think everyone's gonna be thinking about it.
Right. Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, same.
Do you think like there are any people here who just maybe their parents encourage them to go to university and they're here, maybe they don't really want to? Do you think that's possible for some people?
That was me,
Really?
honestly. Like I have an Asian parents. Come on, like
Sure,
right?
sure.
Like they're
Like go to school.
yeah,
like,
go
do
to school,
transitional-
go to
yeah.
a good university. You gotta become, like those important people. You gotta
Yeah.
study something that's gonna be worth it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
they're not gonna say, "Oh, go study art history."
Right,
Well,
right. Sure.
They're gonna be more like, "You gotta study math. You gotta study science." But then I still think about, oh, do I really want to do this? And do I really want to be pursuing this? And even if they tell me what to do, I'm still going to be thinking, even if I do something that they tell me what to do, I'm still going to be thinking, am I doing this right? Like,
Do you mean like end of the day it's still your choice,
It's
right?
still my choice.
Even though they encourage you, they think like
Yeah.
you should go do that. It's still kind of your
I
choice.
see so many of my friends be doing what their parents have taught you to do, but then at the end they're going to be changing what they actually study.
Right.
They're going to be changing their like career, like what their parents chose.
Sure.
I mean, you know what I mean, right?
Sure.
What are maybe some dreams that you have that you would like to just go and chase, but maybe there's something holding you back?
I want to go to I want to travel to Japan. I want to travel the world. I want to meet different people around the world. But I guess something that's holding me back is just like having the money to do that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so going even back to like the life purpose, like do you think that most people in today's age, do they know their purpose, or like what do you think about that?
Nah, I mean, it's hard. Like people like our age, right? Like, it's like you're doing all these things. You're doing school. You're doing these different jobs. You're trying to like get in different relationships, different experiences in order to find that purpose.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
So what are you doing right now? Are you studying? You working a job?
Yeah, I go to Waterloo. Yeah, I'm just on break right now.
Okay, so is that like, sorry, I don't really know.
At University of Waterloo. It's a different city. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you like studying?
I'm in computer science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what got you into that? Do you think that that's actually getting you closer to like maybe what your life purpose would be? Or?
I think like I'm trying to. I always knew like I should go to school. I feel like a lot of people are talking about like you don't have to go to school to do what you want to do to make money, right? But I think like it's still a good thing to do. It's still a good thing to achieve, you know? It's more about achieving something rather than I guess making the money from it. But it also does help when you get a job from your degree. But you can definitely make money other ways.
No, sure. And also like when it comes to making money, like do you think that in order to really be successful with something, maybe with a career, like does that has to be like your life purpose? Or like do you think that even like someone like making good money can be successful even without chasing and focusing on that life purpose?
I think like your life purpose has like nothing to do with money. Like as long as something makes you happy, makes you like you could be like a farmer out and like you can enjoy the peace in nature. You could be like or maybe you want to be an astronaut, you know, you got to go to school for that. You got to spend a lot of money in order to and work really hard in order to achieve that purpose, you know?
Gotcha. Well, I want to ask you, do you think, looking around at people on this campus, thinking about the city, thinking about even the world, do you feel like most people think and ponder about their life's purpose? Or do you think a lot of people go about life not thinking much about it? What do you think for most people, what do you think the case is?
I think people think about life's purpose when they are maybe alone or have some time to themselves. But maybe in the hustle and bustle of daily life, they don't really have the opportunity or the space to deeply reflect on this part of their purpose.
That's a really good point. So you're saying when life is so busy, you're distracted, you're focused on something, and like there's a million things you're balancing, you don't have the space to think about your life's purpose, and that's the reason why maybe some people don't think about it, right? You're kind of saying. I see. Well, I want to ask you, do you think it's important? Like, do you think it's important for people to know and discover their life's purpose?
Give me a moment on this one.
Yeah, no worries. Even think about like an average person. They go about daily life and, there's one person who's super driven. They know what they're on this planet for. They've discovered it. They're so passionate. They wake up. Maybe another person, maybe life is okay. Maybe they're not living an awful life, but they don't really know, why they're here. Do you think it's important to discover that for most people? Do you think it's something that's can really help contribute to your life and your happiness?
I think the answer to this question lies within every one of us, because maybe some people need this sense of purpose to find their motive, to drive themselves to discover something new. But for some people, maybe all they want is just to live their life and at the pace that they're doing it and do whatever they're supposed to do. So I think this really depends on the person.
So every person kind of decides whether or not it's important for them to discover their life's purpose, you think? It's not black or white, you're kind of saying, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the decision lies within every one of us, and we just respect everybody's decision.
But do you think it's just what you're going to do with your life, or do you think it's more like the way you're going to help people and it's something bigger, deeper? How would you kind of look at the life's purpose, in your opinion?
I look at life's purpose, like, I guess, kind of like a mix of both, like what you want to do in life, and how to help people as well.
Okay.
I guess maybe something like contributing to society or something like that.
Nice. Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry if these answers are vague or bad.
No. There's. I'm telling you right now, Zion, there are no wrong answers. Then the kind of the last thing I want to ask you is, have you thought at all about like your own life's purpose and like why you're on this earth?
No.
No, why not? Why not?
I just don't, bro. I just be living day to day, bro, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what do you do right now? Like, what do you spend most of your time doing?
I just started a new position, like working for like the government, just
Nice.
like as like just like a web developer. And so I guess just work, and I'm also studying right now, just in uni. So yeah,
That's
I don't
cool.
know. It sounds depressing. I'm just like working, studying, but that's just what I'm doing. Yeah.
Would you say, if you're being totally honest, and like you don't have to spill all the beans, but would you say like you're very fulfilled with what you do, or do you feel like maybe there is something out there that could make you even more fulfilled than you are right now?
No, I'd say I'm fulfilled.
You are?
Yeah. Because I know there's people who don't have like, a lot of stuff. Like I've like an education, I've like shelter, like I guess like a good like stable income,
Nice.
A lot of people just don't, So yeah, I'd say I'm pretty fulfilled. Yeah.
And is there any kind of advice, even like maybe to your younger self, for people who don't feel fulfilled? Maybe they're just showing up to work, they're going through the day-to-day life, but they're not waking up excited.
Right.
They don't feel like they're really fulfilling much of a need or helping others out, whatever it is, right? Their family, themselves. Is there anything like you could tell those people to maybe help them find their own purpose or something that'll fulfill them?
Yeah, I guess just try to find what like, gets you up out of bed in the morning. Try to like find what's fun for you, I guess. I'm not saying that like, school or working is fun for me, but I'd say like I'm contradicting myself here. Like I wouldn't say school is fun, but I enjoy like at least like getting an education, if that makes sense. But I don't like doing the work.
I'm also going to assume that it's kind of like the result of the unfun work, whether it's school or work. The result of that means, you earn money and you're able to provide for others and live, a decent life. Would you say you're able to like live somewhat comfortably?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say so, yeah.
Good. Well, Zihan, that's mostly for me, man. I really appreciate it. My name is Michael, obviously,
Michael,
but
yeah, nice to meet you.
Of course, nice to meet you as well, man. And no, those are all great answers.
Yeah.
So, like back in the days, like when did you actually start like thinking about your life purpose? Maybe like asking, those like deep questions.
Well, I'm 40, so I started thinking about life, I think, when I was like 30, a little bit older.
Like, so something happened that made you wanna like go and like get some clarity on that, or?
Yeah, I think it's just I entered the adult workforce and real life, and I was like, okay, there has to be more to life than just going to work every day and coming home, and there has to be more purpose. I honestly don't know my own purpose either, but I think the 9-to-5 lifestyle is really bad.
So like to give like a sort of like advice to people out there, like what do you think that people could do from today to actually get some clarity on their life purpose?
Honestly, that's a tough question because I don't even know what to do, and I feel like I am also lost. But I think the most important thing is we always live in the past and in the future. And you just need to live today, right now. What are you doing? What do you smell? What do you see? Who are you talking to? How do you feel?
Yeah.
What are you listening to? Just be present, which is super hard.
So do you think that people can actually be fulfilled even like without knowing their life purpose, but just like really focus on the present moment?
Yes, absolutely. Because that's all you have is right now. You don't have the past and you don't have the future. So just enjoy what you have, like what you feel, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, all that.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah.
No problem.
That was beautiful.
Understand. Well, I want to ask you, and honestly, both of you, do you think it's important to know your life's purpose? Like, do you think it's important to wake up knowing what you're pursuing and having some big goal, something that you're kind of like, you know, really good at and you can help people with, or you can help yourself with? Do you think that's important for people to have?
I think it's important
Okay.
because
Like, even for you,
Yeah.
would you say you have a life's purpose? Like, or do you feel like you have a goal, like you know what you're going for?
yes, I think
Somewhat.
so. I have a goal
Okay. Why is it important to have it?
because if someone don't have any goals for the life on themselves, I think
Mhm.
they can. I think it's really hard to explain.
Okay, and these are not the easiest questions, obviously. I guess the last thing I want to ask is, do you guys have any advice, maybe even for like the younger version of you, or maybe people who are walking around who don't really, either they're not fulfilled, they're not passionate about what they're doing, or they feel like they're missing some kind of like bigger purpose? Do you have any advice for your, you know, your younger self or those kinds of people?
I mean, I'll tell my younger self to like think of yourself more than what your parents are gonna think, because I was the one who was following what my parents told me to do, and now I'm like regretting, right?
Okay,
Because
I see.
I've been studying math, and then now I'm gonna change my major, and
Oh, really?
I'm a third-year student.
Oh wow,
So
okay, I see.
it's a little late, but I found what I wanted to do. I want to become a teacher, so I'm gonna change
for
my
you.
major. So
That's good.
yeah, like, yeah, just even though your parents want to do something, want you to do something, and even
Right.
if your family, the entire family wants you to do something, like, you don't have to do it.
I see. So you're saying like be more aware and like self-conscious, like not in a bad way, but just be aware of what you actually want to do. Ask yourself,
Yeah,
have those kinds of reflections, right?
Yeah, you gotta ask yourself. You gotta care less about what people think, and you gotta find your own goal yourself. Like, think about it. Like,
Sure,
yeah.
no. And do you have any advice for your like younger version of yourself? Something you wish you maybe knew a couple of years ago?
I think you have to choose the things that you make happy for your
Okay.
life.
So choose what actually makes you happy, something that, you know, makes you excited, right?
Yeah.
Not something super boring that you just don't want to show up to and just you hate doing, right? Okay, guys, awesome. That was great. Thanks so much for the interview. And
Especially like you being a student, right? Like, have you seen someone who's actually, I mean, I don't know, maybe chasing computer science like yourself, who you can feel that is actually, you know, achieving or like at least like getting closer to their life purpose? Or like most people are there just because they're like focusing on study. Maybe some people are there because their parents wants them to go to university. Like, what do you think about that?
I definitely think that like there's a lot of people that want like that only go to school because their parents want them to.
Yeah.
But I think like just I think it's kind of like just being respectful to your parents out of that, you know. If they want you to do that, then sure, but there's also a way to explain to them why, like maybe give them a good reason. I think you need to plan ahead, definitely, in order to figure out what you want to do. Because I do know this one guy, one of my friends. He's actually like first year like me, same school. He's in engineering, and he's already in the U.S. working for an internship. Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah.
So do you think that he actually found his life purpose?
I think he's definitely working towards it, but like he's worked so hard to get where he is right now, and I think he's just gonna work even harder because I think he's working towards that purpose. He has an idea of what that is.
Yeah, because I mean, would you be like would you say that when you know your life purpose, like you can actually have that like work ethic, you know, energy every single day? Have you ever felt that way? Maybe doing something maybe you are doing something, you're in that flow state,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I definitely feel like motivation has something to do with that. Like that's all like motivation, like having that energy to do something, working towards what you want to do. But there's also like I feel like motivation isn't something that should drive you every day. It's definitely like there's definitely days that you don't want to get out of bed, right? Like you don't want to like for me, I like to go to the gym. Like there definitely days like I don't want to go to the gym. Like I just like super tired.
Yeah.
Or like I just want to sit in my bed, like watch TikTok. But then it's like it's the discipline that helps you achieve your purpose, your dreams. Like that, it gets you through those bad days, you know?
Yeah, because those bad days are always gonna be there.
Exactly.
Man, that was powerful. That was fire, actually. Thank you so much.
Sure. And I noticed that obviously you're sitting here with the guitar, you're strumming it. It's a beautiful guitar, by the way. Does that have anything to do with your life's purpose? Is it just a little hobby for you, or do you feel like you've thought about it and maybe you even know what your life's purpose is?
For me, guitar is a hobby, and it's also a way for me to calm down and reconnect with myself, because music has been a really important part of my life, and it also helps me discover some reasons of why I'm here, why am I in this particular stage of my life, or like why I'm doing the things that I love doing. Like sometimes it helps me discover what I want, but mostly it's just to help me reconnect with myself and how I'm feeling.
That's awesome.
At the moment.
Okay, cool. So it's a hobby, but it also is very it sounds therapeutic almost for you, right?
Yes.
In a way.
Yes, that's true.
What advice do you think you could give yourself, maybe a younger version of yourself, about purpose, about being fulfilled, about being happy? Is there something you wish you knew earlier? You wish you knew a little bit younger?
Yeah, sure. So I wish my younger self would have lived with actually a little less intention, a little less purpose, because I used to be really focused on achieving a lot of goals, or just pursuing what I want, but I don't have the time to slow down and take a moment for myself. But now I'm gradually learning to do that, and I think it's really important for people to do that. And that also connects to what I said earlier.
Sure, exactly.
About people deciding for themselves whether what the purpose of their life is, and whether it's important to have that.
Sure.
Because I think sometimes people need to slow down a little moment, but that probably also creates like a balance with your purpose and living in the moment, you know?
Sure, I hear you. So it sounds like the advice you have for yourself when you were younger was like, hey, slow down a little bit, like be more present, play the guitar some more maybe, and just smell the flowers, right? Breathe the fresh air, kind of, right? Correct. That's amazing. It was Li Chao, was that right? Yi Chao, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yi Chao, thanks so much for the interview.
Thank you.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.